Hello people of the internet. Now this is a video I never thought I would make. This video is my pencil collection, and I've watched other people's pencil collections, and the reason why I thought I would never make one is because I didn't think I had that many pencils compared to other people who have, you know, your fancy ones, your light fast and your Caran dashes and your other fancy ones that I can't remember the names of. And I thought, I've just got a couple of cheap sets, I haven't got anything to write home about. But the other day, well, this past 6 weeks or so, 8 weeks, 2 months, whatever it is, I've got right into my penciling, I have. And so I've pulled all my pencils out and sort of like I've been playing with them and comparing them and testing them and all this kind of thing. And I thought to myself, oh, actually, I've got more than I thought. So I thought I'd do a my pencil collection video. So first of all, I'm going to take you off the tripod and show you where I store my pencils. And if I'd have been sensible, I'd have recorded that bit first before I put you on the tripod, and then said I'm going to take you off the tripod, even though I'd already recorded it first. But I am not not that sensible, so now I've got to take you off the tripod. So let me take you off the tripod and show you where I store my pencils. Okay, so you're off the tripod. Try not to sway you too much. Now, I keep my pencils in 2 places. Here is, this is a Kallax, you know, an IKEA Kallax, and I keep my colouring books in here. And my husband, when I first got it, he moved one of the shelves. So he moved it, so they come in like 12 by 12 squares. And he adjusted it and screwed it in a different place so that I could fit these boxes in here. And it's because back then, oops, I was going to move it anyway. It was so that I could fit these boxes in. I had these 2, and I also had these. And this, at the time, I'm trying to think if this was the entirety of my pencil collection. I think it was. Everything in here was the entirety of my pencil collection. And my theory was, and my colouring books fitted definitely all in there, possibly in one of these. There you go. This is all my colouring books now. And this was going to be my colouring. This was going to be my colouring space, just this. I just wanted to show you that first of all. And then the other place where I store my pencils is in my trolley. Now this box on top was actually, I'm going to say it's the very first pencil set I got, which I think it is, but it's not quite, but we'll cross that when we get to it. Now if I pull this out, you can see, just like just about everyone else in the colouring community, I use these pencil cases, and that trolley just ducks alongside there, which is my work desk, and it's got all stuff piled on it, so I can't work stuff, so I can't swing round, otherwise I would. So that's my trolley, and that's my pencil, I don't know what you'd call that, pencil drawers. Now the other thing, I'm going to swing, and I'm going to just put my hand like that so you don't get sick. I have this art cupboard, which we have talked about, and I have pulled out all the pencils that are in there. There are other stuff in there, which we will get to decluttering in a little while. But I've pulled all the pencils that are out of there, that were in there, out of there, so that we can include them. So I haven't forgotten anything. So let's put you back on the tripod and get looking at all my pencils. Alright, you're back on the tripod. So let us start at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start. So this is the first pencil set. Now I have got the curtains closed because the light is streaming in, but we were going to get a little bit of light there, and I apologise for that. So this is the first set of pencils I ever, well, not ever, when I was a child I got pencils, but as an adult this was the first set of pencils that I got, and I bought them, the sticker remains are still on there, from W.H. Smith's. And I bought them because I was into art journaling, and I wanted to use watercolour pencils to carry around with me. And I was attempting to draw. I have actually bought, some of these got used and got replaced because I got this tiny little set that I used to carry around with me. It has an eraser in it, a Signal white gel pen, a water brush, and then these Derwent pencils. Oh no, this was the second set. Oh, see, I'm lying to you already, people of the internet. I had this set with the grey. This was the new set that I got. Oh, where is this original set then? There must be a tin somewhere. But these came in. Anyway, I got these. These were my first ever set. These Derwent ones with the grey barrels and this is all that's left of them. I don't know where the others are. But these get carried around, or used to at least, get carried around in this tiny pencil case, because I used to do sketching, would you believe me, on the go. Tiny little sharpener, a black Signo Gel Impact, my favourite pen ever. The white version of that, which was the Uniball Signo Broad, an eraser and a water brush, and I used to carry that around with me. Now it just sits in the drawer languishing because I don't do sketching anymore, because to be honest I'm not great at it. I do enjoy it. Oh, I used to love sitting on the beach and sketching stones and things, but I don't do it anymore. So look how tiny this pencil case is. I can't get it in now. It all fitted so perfectly before. Get that? Maybe. Oh, what's that? It's that eraser. Oh no, it's that sharpener. That sharpener squirrels in there like that. That's why. We'll do it. There we go. It's about right. But look, tiny little pencil case, really thin. I really thought this was my first set, but this was my second set. Anyway, they're the Derwent watercolor pencils, and this was the second set of them that I got because the first set was starting to run out. And I think I only got a set of 12. I think that originally set was a set of 12 and this was a set of 24. So this was my first set of proper pencil. Okay, we keep saying first set. Derwent watercolor pencils, whether it's that first set or this set, are the first set of pencils that I got, okay? The next set I got are also watercolor pencils, and it was these ones. And we were away on holiday, and I had taken my little pencil set with me, and I was watching an artist called Charles Evans, and this is one of his books. I don't know if this is the book that I saw these pencils in, or whether there was another book, but I think it was probably this one. It was such fun to watch. I don't know if he's got any of his videos on YouTube. It can't be this book. This one was Watercolours in a Weekend. Here's another book by him. This book. That's it. Look, I was going to say we were on holiday. We were on holiday. We were in Cornwall, and this was in a book shop, an art shop called Truro Arts, and it was reduced from $17.99 to $9.99, and it was called Quick and Clever. Oh, that sun. Oh, it still is called Quick and Clever Watercolour Pencils by Charles Evans. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get that, because I wanted it to enhance my, you know, drawing ability. Let's take you up a little bit. There you go. And so I was reading all through this book, and I was like, oh, they're Derwent pencils. They're the old Derwent pencils, the same as what I just showed you. But then he talks about using these pencils, the Rowney Artist watercolour pencils. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll be better if I get them ones. So I don't think I bought these in Truro, because I read this book while I was on holiday in Cornwall, and then I think I probably ordered these online. I can't remember, to be honest. It's a long time ago. I'm trying to think how long ago this would have been. More than 10 years. So I bought them, and as you can see, they're pretty much unused. But that was the second set of pencils I bought, the Dala Rowney watercolour pencils, and they were pretty much to go with this book. So next, there seems to be a break. I think there was a break after I was doing that. I stopped. I wasn't particularly good at drawing, and the next thing I sort of got into was really art journaling. You didn't really use pencils much in art journaling, so I had the watercolour pencils, and I was taking part in some streams where I used to watch Dee Willingham, and she uses a lot of pencils, and I was quite excited about trying some actual coloured pencils. So rather than watercolour pencils, some coloured pencils. And we went down to our local art shop, which is in Loughton. It's called the Loughton Art Shop. And in the window they had this drawer set of Derwent pencils. Oh, there's a magnet there. Oh, interesting. And my husband saw it, and the way it opens, look. Oh, and they're all velvet lined little drawers. Oh. Now, in the Loughton Art Shop, Dee always uses Prismacolors. She loves Prismacolors. And in the Lantern Art Shop, they had open stock pencils, but they didn't have Prismacolors. You can't really, you know, at that time, you certainly couldn't go into a shop and buy Prismacolors in the UK. But they had all the Derwent pencils open stock. And the guy in the art shop was really useful. And they had the artist range and the studio range and the Colorsoft. And I think that was probably all the pencils that they had back in. And the watercolour pencils, yeah. That's pretty much the 4 ranges that Derwent did back then. And the Colorsofts were new-ish. And they had been brought out to try and sort of semi-compete with Prismacolor, like be a soft pencil. So I was chatting to the guy in there, and you know, I told him that I wanted to maybe play around with pencils, and he recommended these. And my husband said, "Do you want this? Do you want?" I still remember the thrilled excitement. He said, "Would you like the set in the drawers in the window?" And they were $48.99. I think there's 48 pencils in here. Yeah, 48 pencils. Now it was $48.99, and I was like, I love that set of pencils. Now it wasn't my birthday, and it wasn't my anniversary, and it wasn't anything, but my husband said to me, "Do you want them?" And I said yes. And I never had been so excited over anything in my life. I travelled home with it like I was holding a baby. And I got out, and up until very recently, it's always on my desk because it is just such this beautiful memory of my first set of colouring pencils. I'm going to have to look up when this was. I don't know, but it's... I'd have to look up. I don't know. I'd have to look up my old Ustream videos where I actually show this on it, and it's probably going to be 8, maybe 10 years ago. I don't know. And I was in love with these pencils, and look, some of them are shorter than the others. They have been used a little bit. Look, that one's really short compared to the others. But I was always scared to waste them, scared to use them. I don't know. I've got that in me. So that was the next set. Now, that was it though. The Derwent can of worms was open. So the next thing that I bought, actually I didn't buy. I had my own craft store for a while, and I was contemplating stocking pencils once I got this set. So I contacted Derwent, and Derwent came round, and they gave me a sample set of 12 Inktense pencils, and they gave me a couple of sketchbooks and some bits and pieces. And so that was the next set of pencils I got, which was a set of Inktense 12 pencils. Now I don't have them to show you. I don't know why I don't have them to show you. I've probably given them away. But what happened next is that I went on a bit of a Derwent binge, as it were. So I know when this was because we went to Cumbria, and we went to the Cumbria Museum. Now at that time I had just made a YouTube video about using Inktense blocks, and Derwent reached out to me and was chatting away to me. And when I went to the Derwent Pencil Museum, I actually spoke to some people down there. Now, one of these, which one did I buy? I think it's this one. Yes. This is the full set of the Derwent, never been used, never been touched. It is the first set, it's the full set of the Derwent watercolour pencils. Oh, actually I should probably take these out of here and put something better in here. 1, 2, 3. How many does it hold? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it holds 72. So it holds 72. So this is the full set of the 72 watercolours. And this was, when we went down to the Pencil Museum, this was going cheap. So this set in the box was £36, no, $39.99. And the reason why they was letting it go cheap was because they were changing the livery, as they call it. So this was at the time the current paint job that's on it, and now if you buy the Derwent watercolours, they're dark blue. I don't have one to show you, but I have a prose colour. Now what do I have here? I don't have anything here anymore. What do I have? I have one of these. Yeah, they sort of, they look like this but dark blue, and they have the little silver band. And so they were changing their pencils. So they were offloading cheap all the sets that had the old livery. So these were for sale for $39.99. and I was really, I'm going to buy them because I never had a box set. Well, I did, I had the drawer set, and this was a really cheap price. Now, I was chatting away to the lady because I was told, oh, when you come down, come and say hello to us and blah 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 and all this lot. And they wanted to do a workshop using the thing that I did on the YouTube video, so I needed to chat to someone. And while I was there, the woman said, oh, if you buy this box set, I'll give you this set of pencils as well. And she gave me, they're in my drawer, she gave me this set of Derwent pastel pencils. Now I still have the tin of these. They are, this is what their new livery was going to look like. It was, these are in the, you know, with the dip and the gold and then the colour. And she said, yeah, you can take these for free. So she gave me these for free. And so I got those for free when I was down there. So Derwent pastel pencils I got for free at the same time as I bought these. So the next set of pencils after those two that I got were... Now these all come in a flurry, and I can't tell you kind of what come first, but basically as they came out I got sent them. So these are the 24 set of drawing pencils by Derwent. Never used because I didn't know what to do with them. Oh, we've gone all blurry. Can we come back into focus? You can do it. There we go. The 24 set of the graph tint. And then the 72 set of the ink tents in the box. Oh, look at those. Again, never used these. Oh, still got a little leaflet in them. These kind of just live in my... Well, you saw, I had that metal plaque. I got that metal plaque from the Derwent Museum. This metal plaque is what go... Oh, you saw me there. Oh, you can see the camera. Let's have it showing yourself. There you go. This metal plaque, let's try and hold it so you can't see. There you go. There. This Derwent, it's... it looks like that on the back. Is what goes on, you know, the really massively expensive tier trays. This goes on one of those, and they gave me this when I was down there, so I keep it on my Derwent shelf where my Derwent pencils live. So these, like I say, these all came in a flurry now, and never been used really, because I was sent these. I bought these but didn't really need them. It's just because they was £39, and I was sent these. So I always just keep these on that Derwent shelf that I showed you at the beginning of the video. Now then, there was definitely a break because I can't remember without looking up, and I have just looked it up, what were the next pencils that I bought. And the next pencils I bought were actually my Prismacolor pencils. I don't have the tin anymore. I might do, it might be up in the loft, but I don't have it anymore. And they're kept in one of those... Let me pull it out. I'm sure other people are much more efficient with their pencil collection videos than me. So they're kept in this one, I think. I hope. Yeah, so it's my Prismacolors. Whoops. Let me... Derwent sign's falling over now. Let's put that back. There we go. They're not all in here because some of them are being used in a colouring at the moment. So my Prismacolors I got around my Ustreamy time, towards the end of my scrapbooking, and I was going into art journaling time. I bought them from a trade show, not a trade show, I used to do shows, consumer shows, craft shows, where I'd set up a store and sell all my stuff, stand, and there was another stand there that was selling off their sets of Prismacolors because they got big for a while and everyone bought them. And you couldn't really get them on Amazon, didn't really exist like it does today, and they were selling off. I remember the sets of 72 were £35 and the sets of 132. I have a 132 set, not the 150 set, because that was the biggest set then. Was it 132 or was it 112? Anyway, you know, the set before the 150 came out, and they were selling those off for 50, might have been 59. Yeah, because it was 34 for the, I think it was 59. So I bought that set then. So that's where my Prismacolors come from. Now a couple of my Prismacolors have been replaced, and that was because, you know, some Prismacolors, they get a bit, they break, and so I bought a couple. Also a couple got lost and I didn't know where they were, and I bought some open stock pencils, ended up with duplicates of a couple because I then found my missing ones, and also some of them, one or two of them had been sharpened down and the lead was broken all the way down. You know how Prismacolors go. So that's my set of Prismacolors, which I've had since 2000 and I'm going to go 2010. Yeah, 2010. Let's say 2010 for that. So that was the next set of pencils that I got. Then there was a big break. Yeah, it would have been when my dad died. So I didn't really do anything crafty for quite a while, and my mum was living me and all that kind of thing. But then kind of things got back to normal, and I got my set of Polychromos. Now this was when I used to keep an eye on Prime Day, because Prime Day used to have fantastic deals back in the day. Whenever there was a set of pencils, a Derwent set of pencils, Inktense or anything really, I would think about buying them. And this Prime Day in 2014, the set of Polychromos was showing as 60. I can check, I'm not going to lie about it. Okay, their full price was £110.88. That was their full retail price back then, or the Amazon retail price. And they had a, they were going on offer for £75. So I bought the set of 120 Polychromos, and I kept in one of my fancy drawers because these were by far my fanciest pencils back then. Still are actually. They got put in the drawers, and they're still in their little trays as they come, but each tray is in one of my drawers. So in 2014 I got the Polychromos. Very excited. Interestingly, I was scared to use them because I was scared to waste them, because I thought I will never be able to replace these are too expensive. When I played with them, it was the first time I'd really played with oil-based pencils, and it was the first time that I realised, like, you know, you couldn't just go colour. But when I actually used them, I used to do this test sheet where I have a flower that I used to colour in. But when I actually blended them out, I actually really loved them, but I was scared to use them because I knew that I'd never be able to replace them. I mean, they're crazily priced now. Yeah, they're about £180 now. Okay, so the next set of pencils that I bought was yet again, is this a whole year later? It's 2 years later. 2 years later, the full set of Colorsofts went on special offer. So the 72 set of Colorsoft. Now I've already showed you my Colorsoft drawer that my husband bought me, which I was scared to use because they're a present. And then the Colorsoft full set went on special offer on Prime Day. Let's see what I paid for them. I paid $34.99 for them. Let's have a quick look. Their full retail price at the time was $69.99, and they were half price, and I got them for $34.99. They're now about £145. Wow, they're nearly expensive as Prismacolor, as Polychromos. Wow, 35 quid I paid for them. But that was the next set that I bought. Now, there was a period of time as well, which I've totally missed out, where a lady in America sent me literally about 1,000 pencils as a joke. She literally went to all the dollar stores and got boxes and boxes of pencil. Her name was Mitzi, and if I can find the footage of me opening it on Ustream, this parcel that she sent me with all these pencils in it, I'll include it. But if I can't, just know that they came and went at some point as well. My pencils there. Someone's just said holy crapola. No, holy Crayola. Oh dear. I wonder if they're all different. Oh my god, they're all different. Oh dear. It's like a layer of chocolates. You You know when you go in chocolates and you go down one layer, there's another layer of chocolates, and you go, yay, another layer of chocolates. It's like layer of chocolates. They're all in different little packages. Look at these pencils. Okay, so the next sets of pencils, I thought it was going to be something more exciting, was these. Not these. These. Some of these I bought in 2016. So when I recently did my review of £5 pencils, it was based, some of these were bought a long time ago. So the Helix were, the Staedtler were, Free Joanna Basford, the Crayola were, and the reason why I bought these is because I was making Ustream videos. I think I'd started making YouTube videos, not sure, and I was doing comparing products then, so I bought these cheap pencils to compare cheap pencils. The Stabilos were then as well. These were later, these ones here. So all of these cheapy pencils, they came next really, or most of the cheaper pencils came next. So now we're into 2017. 2017 is when I really picked up colouring the first time round, and I bought this set of pencils because these back then, oh, everyone was talking about these, the Marco Raffines. I even forgot I had these. I think these were oil based, were they? Does anyone remember? Oh, I should have picked up a better colour than yellow. I remember them being really firm. They're not bad now. They are firm though. Anyway, Marco Raffines. For the next set I bought, they were such cheap pencils. I guess they were sort of like, they were the Brutfuner of their time. Everyone was like, oh, they're only £20. Oh, you get all these pencils. How much were they actually? Let's leave them open while I look up the price. They were £13.69. £13.69 for 72 pencils. So they were next. Marco Raffines. I still have them to this day. Next, it was not a Prime Day purchase, it was a Black Friday purchase. And I kept an eye out for Faber-Castell pencils. And this year, the Albrecht Durer pencils, they went very competitively priced for Black Friday. So these are the watercolour, you know, these are the watercolour pencils by Faber-Castell. The Albrecht Durer pencils. And I bought them for £71 on Black Friday. I don't know why I'm telling you the price. I don't know why the prices are relevant to me. They're now about £170, so couldn't replace them either probably. I don't know why the prices are relevant to me. It's because I'm always careful with money. I'm not a splurger. I don't just go out and splurge on things. If I buy something, it's because it's cheap and then I'm scared to use it. You know, not cheap, it's because it's on special offer. You've now seen all the pencils that are in my trays. That's basically me Polychromos, me Albrecht Durer, me Colorsoft full collection, me Pastel set, and then me 2 boxes. So that was the next set I bought. And then I really didn't do any colouring at all. After that, 2017, I just sort of stopped until October 2020. But in July, I was itching to do something again, and I thought I was going to pick up art journaling again. So I actually bought these. These were going extremely cheap, and I've had these before. I've got maybe 4 or 5. Maybe 4 or 5 of these. I used to go to Kaz Art in Islington. I used to meet up with Millie Andy. I don't know if anyone remembers Millie Andy. She used to do art journaling videos. She probably still does. And I used to pick up 1 or 2 of these just to try them, because these are big, fat, ginormous watercolour pencils. And they're like crayons. Look at that. And they're water soluble, and you can smear them with your finger. And this, I've probably got, like I say, 4 or 5 colours that I've got in my art journaling set over there. And these went special offer. These are the Woodies, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm showing you here. Let's put them back. They call them woody 3-in-1s, ginormous fat pencils, 18 multi-talented pencils, colouring pencil, watercolour and wax crayon all in once. They're such fun to play with, especially when you're art journaling. Yeah, they went down to a special price. I paid $12.99 for this set. They're usually around £22. But I thought I was going to get back into art journaling. I saw these going cheap and I thought, oh, that's the full set. I fancy the full set. And so I bought them, and it wasn't art journaling that I got into during the pandemic. It was a couple of months later that I bought my first Brutfuners. And it was the Brutfuner rounds. These ones. I showed them on my first haul video of the new colouring era, and I was surprised that no one, mind you, I wasn't really watching many YouTube videos then, but no one was really talking about them, and I just thought I'd lucked out and got a really good set of pencils for 20 quid, so I was really quite happy with those. So they was the next set that I bought in the new colouring era. I then bought the squares. It was not long after that. How long after that actually? Well, quite a while after those. Hold on. I bought the rounds in October 2020. And I bought the squares in February 2021. So 6 months? November, October, November, December, January, February. 4 months. So I bought the squares. They live in here now. And I didn't do anything with them for a long time, so didn't realise they were the same pencils. And then the next ones that I bought. See, when I do a collection, I can't just show you and go, I've got the Brutfuners, I've got the Artezas. I have to sort of go through the whole history of it. Okay, so the next ones that I bought were the Brutfuner. Where are they? You know, the candy pop ones. These don't have a case yet. Yeah, these were the Brutfuner candy pops, as I call them. I don't know why I call them the candy pops. These were before the macarons that are out now. I bought these. I think I've told the story of this. Yeah, I told it in the Brutfuner video. Basically, I wanted to. There's a green pencil that I really like. I'm addicted to number 43 in the Brutfuners. Hold on. There's a green pencil that I really like in the 120 set. And I was going to buy a duplicate set, but I'm very funny about buying duplicate sets. Well, I was at that time, not so much anymore. So I thought, I wonder if I buy this smaller set, because it's only £11 it was at the time. It might be £9.89 actually when I bought it. If I buy this smaller set, if it'll have the green in it. I didn't realise when this came that this is 80 different colour pencils to the other round set. Okay, so the next pencils I bought, I don't have them here to show you because I gave them to my brother. It was the Arteza tube set of 48s. They were rubbish and I sent them back. And then I bought the tin set of 48, which I thought was fabulous and I really liked them. And the tube set I found, it was when they were changing between the two brands, and everyone said that the ones in the tube were the same as the ones in the tin, but I didn't find that to be the case. But it was because they were changing formula at that time, and so I'd got one old set and one new set. They possibly were the same prior to that. So I got the 48 set. I really, really liked them. I was going to keep them, but then about a week after I bought the 48 set, the 120 set went down to a stupidly crazy price. And so I ended up buying myself the 120 set. It was when everyone was moaning about them. Oh, they're water soluble. And I was like, I don't care. They've gone down to like £35 or something. So I bought myself the 120 set and I gave my brother the 48 set. So I have the Arteza, whatever they're called, pencils. They are called the Arteza Experts. That's it. That's what they're called. I wasn't really into these, but I'm not so much into these now. I might give them another play with later on. Next on the roadmap came, these are another pastel set, the Carbothellos. I had watched, can't remember, a colourist using pastel pencils, and I had a go with my freebie set of, I need to move these, they're casting a shadow, aren't they? Are we done in the trolley? Not quite. Let's stack them all up there. The Tower of Wobbly pencils is next to me now. Can we have a bit more light yet? not quite. So I had watched a colourist using, it might have been Emma Colours, using pastel pencils, and so I got out my Derwent pastel pencils that I'd been given all those years ago, and they're not very good. They seemed very scratchy, and so I found a fantastic video by a guy called Unmask Art, and he was comparing 4 different types of pastel pencils, and these came out on top. And so I had these kind of like on my radar, and on Prime Day in 2020, is that, or 2021? 2021 we are now. These went down, they had £25 off of them. They went down to about £50, 49, hang on, 47.99. 47.99, so I bought them. I have played with them. They're still in their polythene because I slip everything back in until I've sort of proper amalgamated it into my collection of stuff that I use and abuse. It was, I slip it back in, but I have swatched them. Well, I haven't swatched them. I've played with them a little bit. So Carbofellows were the next one. So that's 2 sets of pastel. Pastel as in chalk pastel pencils. 2 sets of chalk pastel pencils I have now. I nearly said 2 sets of pulled pork pencils. Where's that even come from? So next ones that were purchased were the 180 set of the black Brutfuner. So I've mentioned these earlier, or I've referenced them earlier. I love these. I've missed a set of pencils. I've just realised, talking about these and seeing these means I've missed a set of pencils. In Christmas 2020, my husband bought me the Pastel Arts. I still have those. They're here. This is such a jumping around video. I am sure other people's collection videos are much, you know, more straightforward than this. Anyway, so my husband bought me these in December, and then I bought these. This is the 180 set. I bought these. I don't know why I bought them. Oh, I do know why I bought them. Is this October? Yes. I had just swatched out my squares and my rounds and realised they were the same, and I bought these to see whether they were the same as well, and I was going to send them back. I literally was just going to see whether they were the same and then send them back. When these turned up, I loved them so much I didn't send them back, and then I rush jobbed that video out that you've seen. I've only made live recently where I'm comparing the Brutfuner pencils, and yeah. So I bought these next. Love these. So these are the Brutfuner with the black barrels. These came into my life at some point. These are the Pastelos, which I think everyone bought when they were very cheap. You could buy them. I can't remember the country where they came from. Is it Poland? Was it Poland? Yes, Poland. And everyone was jumping on the bandwagon. I jumped on. Mine are still in the polythene. I also got for Christmas the Pastel Arts pastel tints. These again, these are all both still in my swatch box to be swatched, and it's mainly because when I get any colouring time, I want to colour. So these came into my life, and so did those. They're just sitting there. So obviously I've got the Colours of the World pencils. Just having a look at my list and seeing if what I've missed. Oh, I've missed some pencils, so we'll go back to them in a second. But I think we're possibly... Are we at the end? What a jumping around video this has been. So, what I'm going to do... Oh, show you these ones first. These. I bought these... When I was talking about this set in the drawer here that my husband bought me. This beautiful set. And it was the first set of coloured pencils that I'd got. It's a little bit of a falsehood there, because I had these. These are the W.H. Smith pencils, the Spectrum Sings ones, and I think I paid $4.99 for them in W.H. Smith's, and similar to the Marco Raffines. Got my head down so you can see it, and they're all right pencils. Of course, now I've got better ones. I never really use them. This case I've had possibly since I was at school. It holds, look, doesn't it? It holds more pencils than I've even got in there. Which is really quite cute. It's a nice little set actually. Nice little zippy up. Look. Before the days of the Amazon ones. So that was one that I missed. So let's go through this list of confusion, and I've still missed one. Okay. This was I was gonna say fairly recent acquisition. I was bought these by my brother. he saw them going cheap on eBay. So I think the tin of, how many it is, 24, was $12.99 or something like that, which was a really good price. I haven't really played with them at all yet. They're sitting on the top of my trolley because, yeah, I haven't played with them at all. I'm scared to play with them because if I play with them, I might then have to go and get the 72 set. So, are they the latest ones to come into my hands? I think they are. Yes. This is my list. This is my pencils. So, pastel colouring sets, as in their pastel colours. I have the Brutfuner's candy set, the Castle Arts tints, and the Astro Pastelo. Watercolour pencils, I have the Derwent's in the tin, the Rowney's in the tin, the Derwent full set in the box, the Inktense full set in the box, and the Albrecht Durer full set in the drawers. Pastel pencils, which I haven't written down here at all, I've got the Carbothellos and the Derwent pastel ones. And then my normal pencils, I've tried to write them here in alphabetical order. I've got Arteza, Brutfuner round, Brutfuner square, Brutfuner black barrels, Castle Arts, Colorsoft, both a 48 set and a 72 set, Chromaflow 24 set, the drawing pencils, the graph tin, I guess they should be over there with the watercolours because they are really, the Marco Rufims, full set of Polychromos, the 132 set of the Prismacolors, and the W.H. Smith Spectrum Sings. Did I miss any? I don't know. But that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching, is my full pencil collection so far. So, take care everyone. I know this was rambly, but that's how my videos are. I know other people are merely organised and they spring it in and go, I have the Artezas, I have the Brutfuners, but I always like to sort of like show my evolution. I didn't buy all of these, you know, in the last 12 months. I bought quite a lot of them in the last 12 months. Well, I don't know, maybe 50% of them. I've had some of them since 2008, some of them since 2010. This is a collection that has grown. So yeah, that's my collection, and now I'm covered in pencils. Literally, they are all around me. So I'm going to have a little roll in them, and then I'm going to put them all in my trolley, and then I'm going to go for a walk with my husband on this lovely sunny Sunday. And I shall speak to you all later. So thanks for watching, and yeah, take care. Bye.